So you're wondering if photography is a career for you. So now comes the big question that a lot of people always ask me is which camera should I, buy to figure out if photography is a career that I want to pursue.
Mark.
So I always tell a lot of my friends that if you don't know for a fact that photography is going to be a career that you want to, pursue or start a business off of, then I always recommend that they get, a basic camera. It doesn't matter if it's Canon, Sony, Fuji, or Pentax, or whichever brand that's out there. I'm mainly using Canon right now. It's a brand that has always worked for me ever since I picked up a camera and just started taking professional photos. So that's what I know of myself, and that's what I'm sticking with. But as far as which camera to start off with, because there's a lot of models out there too for each of the brands, I always say start off with the most basic and even the most low priced one. As long as you're able to control the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speed, then that's a great start to, because that's one of the things that you have to get down is the basics. When you understand how aperture, shutter speed, and ISO works, then that's when you're going to be able to get the photos that you want to get in a most artistic way or in the most beautiful way. So that's why it's good to start off with the basics, because you're not spending that much money. So a lot of people can argue that, okay, how are they gonna get the full experience if they're not using professional cameras? Well, here's the problem though, is that professional cameras can be very expensive. They can run to, one or two or even $4,000. Like for instance, the Canon EOS R5, which is a really great professional camera right now. The body camera itself is already $4,000 after taxes, and you're not even getting any lenses out of it. So now that means you have to spend at least $4,000 on a body camera lens, and now you might have to spend another, $2,000, if not $3,000 on a professional lens that can give you really great shots. So that's why I always tell people that go with the low price one, so that way it's more of a fallback to where if you decide, you know what, maybe I just want to take photos for fun and nothing professional, and then now you have yourself a nice decent camera where you can take good photos of vacations or families and friends and all that, but nothing professional. So now you just think back okay, it only cost me $450. Say for example, the Canon T7, which is now with a lens and also the camera body itself is around $450 to $500. So the price may have gone up a little bit or may have gone down depending on any type of sales that's going on, but that's a really decent price to spend on a camera that could give you some really decent photos and videos. So I definitely would say that if that's not the type of career that you want to pursue, then it's not a big loss. Versus for me, for example, right, I spent at least around $1,700 onto my Canon EOS R, and then as far as my other lenses goes, it's already around $2,500 to $2,600. So again, that's only if you know for a fact that filmmaking or even photography is a career that you want to pursue, because these are some professional equipments that's going to give you some really good looking photos. Now, some may also argue that if they're just using these basic cameras, then how are they even gonna be able to get creative? Well, here's the thing is I started off with those 27 shot disposable cameras from Kodak and Fuji back in the day, and it's not the professional ones, but that's all I could afford, and I just kept taking photos of everything and getting overexposed, underexposed photos, but I kept learning and I wanted to keep learning, and I loved the fact that I was able to tell stories through pictures, and I just kept going with it. And that's how I know that my passion for the art of photography is with me all the way. So that's another test for yourself too, to know if photography is a career that you want to pursue. All right, guys, so before I go, I just want to ask you guys real quick, this one is going out to all you photographers out there already, is which camera did you start off with when you were trying to figure out if photography was for you? Because it's a nice, great look back to, when you first started as well, and just, the beginning of your journey as a photographer up till now. So I'm pretty sure like a lot of people would like to hear from you guys as well. But until then, guys, this is it. If you guys want to check out more of my work too, you can find them on my social media network, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, which, speaking of, if you guys haven't done so either, definitely click on that subscribe button. That way you guys can get more updates on any events, projects that I'll be involved in. But until then, guys, this is Jason Lohr with Jason Lohr Photography and Films, bringing art, stories, and entertainment.